Tar Heel Nation, Carolina through and through. Hills, hoops, yeah, we talk that blue. We Bleav in Hills, hoops. How about you? PJ with that jumper, still the truth. Daht, he the 6-man coming through. Desmond been the voice, and that's the root. We Bleav in Hills, hoops.
And welcome into a instant reaction edition of Bleav in Hills Hoops here on Bleav Podcast Networks. Desmond Johnson in the house with the 6-man of Tar Heel basketball, Daht, and PJ Hairston, former Heels Hooper. Carolina just finishing. We'll get into this. Carolina wins 80-62 over South Carolina Upstate to run their record undefeated at home, 7-0 and 9-1 overall for the 14th ranked Tar Heels. Guys, your thoughts on this matchup here? USC Upstate made it interesting with about half of the, no, less than that, about 5-6 minutes to go in this game. They cut the lead down to 8, I think it was, and Carolina slowly started pulling away. What's some things that you pulled out of this matchup that either you're worried about or everything's just fine, or
PJ went to sleep, man. PJ went to sleep, man.
I wouldn't say, but I went to
sleep in the first half, man.
Look, I went to sleep with 3 minutes left in the first half, bro. I woke up when the second half was starting. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think it's I wouldn't say a worry. It's only a worry if it's a good team. But yeah. I don't like when we start off slow like we do. They're fighting, we're neck and neck for about 10 minutes, and then that next 10 minutes we go on this 20-2 run. But at the end of half, the other team goes on a 10-0 run. It's like we go on these runs and then we just get complacent because we're up 15 and they think teams are just gonna roll over, it feels like. And it goes back to the very first episode we had. People are gonna come to Carolina and play their best. No matter what their record is, they could have been 0-20. They're going to come in there and play North Carolina their hardest because it's the Ding Dome. It's a tradition. It's history. Anybody, the 12th man could have checked in from USC Upstate and came in and tried to do something because that's just how easy it looked for them at certain points of the game. But then, when we go on those runs, then it's dang, we're really that good. We go on those runs where everyone's hitting shots, and then it's we hit a brick wall, or Caleb gets subbed out the game, or Vassar gets subbed out the game, and now the other team is all right, now let's make our move, and now they're down 6 with 8 minutes left in the game, and it's just
yeah. Now I will say previous couple teams, the past 2 or 3 years, whenever that scenarios happened that PJ just described, we would make it to the point where that team would catch us and maybe win. They would catch us and then keep going.
And that's why I say it just shows how good we really are when we want to be. Because if we lock in for 40 minutes straight, there's no team that should be within 10 to 15 points of us whole game.
Do you think they play down to competition, this group?
Absolutely. And
you can look at
all season long. All of them do it. PJ did it. Everybody does it. And but PJ they don't play down. Everybody's playing their best game against us, and they're checking all the boxes. And they were hot. I remember one point in the game, it was 18-15. And I told Zay, these boys ain't missing, Jack. They are hot. Damn. But some things that worried me was the 8-0 run to close it to 68-60. Like PJ says, we can't do stuff like that against good teams. A good team is gonna put their foot on our throat and Michigan State us. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't like that. I don't like Caleb being 7-13 from the free throw line. I don't like that. I just don't like it. I need him more consistent at the line. And I'm not saying that's a weakness of his, but I am saying that it's something that if they're going to not let you score, if they're not going to let you dunk to energize the fans, they're going to foul you and send you to the free throw line. You got to make them pay for that too. But other than that, man, I love Jonathan Powell coming out and being a bucket, coming out game for JP. It looked good seeing him knocking down shots. Luka was 4 for 5 from 3 at one point. He finished with about 14, 15 points. Vassar played well, got another double-double. Of course, K with another double-double, 20 and 11. We look good. We're deep. We knew that, but we got to fix the message.
It's the one thing I noticed is that it's only a matter of time before Derek Dixon overlaps Kyan Evans. And I'm just looking at the minutes. Kyan Evans only played 23 minutes in this game. Dixon played 21. He only scored 3 points in this game, but he had 4 assists. Kyan Evans had 5 assists. So it's kind of like a little internal battle between those two at point guard until Seth Trimble gets back. And at that point, one of them is going to be odd man out, because I wrote in our thing for the show, what's some of the things, we're at the quarter pole mark of the season now. The Heels have played 10 games, so they're about a quarter of the way through the season if everything goes well. What's the number one thing that you've pulled from this roster so far? For me, it's depth. Like, I'm not used to having, over the past 3 years or so, I'm not used to having this much depth on the team where, like, Jaden Young got in the game today and provided some good minutes, 3 points, hit a 3, just spelling guys. But Howell and Dixon in particular, coming off the bench, those wings, you can just see their confidence growing like every game. So I can't wait till we get to ACC play. I've got a lot of friends that are Duke fans that, of course, they're excited about their team down the road in Durham. And when I see them on Facebook, like, I can't wait to see y'all this year, because it's gonna be a banger. Like, when we finally see y'all, I don't know what we're gonna be ranked. Duke might be ranked number 1 by the time we get to them, because they're pretty good too. But it feels like depth-wise, Hubert can actually go, once Seth is back, like, I don't know, maybe 9 truly, like, deep on this roster, and feel comfortable with number 8, number 9 coming in, that there's not going to be a drop-off in, like, scoring or whatnot. They're all snipers. So it's like, it's different than the past, I guess, 4 years, where we got conditioned to it being RJ, ISO, Caleb Love, ISO, dish it down to Armando, let him do whatever, ISO. Like, it's just all like dribble, just take the air out the ball type basketball. And this Carolina squad, for the first time in probably since 2019, the ball doesn't hit the ground. It just it moves around. Like, the ball movement is what I'm noticing, and the depth. But with you guys, what's the one thing that you've noticed with this team at the quarter point that maybe you didn't expect going into the season? Because we didn't know a lot of these guys. We just knew their names. We didn't really know who they were. But now we've got a pretty good sample size, 10 games, to analyze what we think this team can be. What's the biggest surprise for you at the quarter point?
I'm going to say 2 things. Like, you pick 2, I'm going to pick 2. My first is going to be the size. Like, just having that much size across, like, it's just awesome to go out there,
lovely, yeah,
and to see
like
6'7" feet, like 6'9", like we've never experienced that. Like, or I don't remember the last time we experienced nothing like that.
The last tall team that we had like this might have
had to be my freshman year with Tyler Zeller and John Henson were down low.
That's what I was
and
thinking.
HB was a 3. HB 6'8". John was 6'11". You got to think, and then Reggie Bullock, well, he was 6'7", and then you had Kendall at the point, and Kendall was 6'4". So,
and that's pretty big.
We're reminiscent of that. Like, that's the type of size, and that bodes well for us. Even JP coming off the bench, like, our bench players, our role players are coming off with nice size, and like you said, it's no drop off at that 8 and 9 position, and we haven't seen that in a while. It just feels good to have that. But what's shocking me is only 1 loss in 10 games in HD's career. Like, in his first 4 seasons, it's been 3 losses by now, 2 losses by now. To only have 1 loss against the pedigree of teams that we've had to play, and to have 1 loss after 10 games, that's shocking to me. And that right there is letting me know that the trajectory for this team is super up, and we're gonna have a damn good time come ACC action for sure.
Hey, that Michigan State team was good. Like, the
Michigan
one loss
State
we
team
had,
is great.
like, they're really, really. They're gonna be around. Like, I think they're like an Elite 8.
Yeah. But by the time we have to see them again, we're gonna put belt.
Oh yeah. I don't think they were a team that we couldn't beat.
No.
Like, we just had a bad night shooting.
Yes.
But PJ, what do you think? Quarter pole mark. Like, what's the thing that's standing out to you?
I got one of the same as Daht. The size is definitely one of the ones that stood out to me. Like, when I was seeing everyone that was committing during the portal that was coming in with Caleb, I'm like, 7 feet, like 6'7", like, oh, another 6'11". All right, cool. But that and the shooting, and granted, the shooting hasn't been what we've expected, but like we've talked about, it's coming. It's coming. All we need is that one game, and I feel like it's going to come when Seth gets back, because Seth is like the eavesdropper. Like, he's like the one that's going to ease everything out, and when you get him back, Caleb won't have to bring the ball up as much during a fast break, so that'll get him to the rim. Then you got the shooters running the floor with Seth. Like, I feel like it's going to be a huge game when we put it all together.
Agreed.
And Caleb's gonna be dunking. We're gonna be hitting threes. Like it's gonna all be put together because if we put all of it together, we hit 80% of our free throws. We hit 60% of our threes. Caleb doesn't miss any dunks, or and we get his productivity we normally get. We score 120 points.
That's a blowout. Like, I'm
about to say, God,
we score 100 points easy. Like we score 80 points a day and played horrible.
That's a good point because I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, we scored 80 today.
We should have had 120 points on USC Upstate. We should have had 120 points against Navy.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say but I feel like the downfall is the energy. Like, the energy is not always 100%, and that's even with Caleb, even with Henry. Like, their energy is not always 100%. Like, you could tell today, Caleb 7 of 13 from the free throw line. Come on, you top 5 draft picks. Unacceptable, but at the same time, bro, we know what you are. And we know what you are. Like, it's like stars are gonna have some off games, but this just wasn't that game. You need to have that from the free throw line. Like, this is a game.
Like, an off game is one thing to me, PJ. Correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I always defer to you in these types of conversations because you actually played at Carolina. You actually played against LeBron James, against Kobe Bryant. Like, that means something. So to that point, like, it's one thing to have an off night. You missed some shot. You 7 for 13 from the field. Being 7 for 13 from the free throw line is different. That's just a lack of focus. That's just a lack of want to. Am I tripping?
No, I mean, no, you're not tripping at all. And that goes back to the energy too, because of who they're playing. Because I guarantee you, if that was Kansas or if that was Michigan State,
he's more
Caleb's probably 11 for 13, 12 for 13. You get what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing, because he was the main one that was kind of getting on everybody else for looking down at team when they played Navy, or whoever it was, where they're like, we shouldn't be that close. I think it was Navy, where it was like,
but it happens. Sometimes you can't even control it. And that's the crazy part. You can't. Sometimes the energy part, you can't even control it. It just feeds off of everybody. So if everybody's not 100% energized, it's going to be 2 to 3 that's not, and you're going to be able to tell just looking at the game.
It's funny too, because if you didn't watch the game, you're just looking at the score, and you come in here to watch us. Like, what are these guys talking about? They won by 18 points. Like, what's wrong? Like, what? Like,
I mean,
that goes back to just saying how good we are, because like, people don't even know we were up 6 with 6 minutes left.
Welcome to Bleav. Yeah, I mean, they shot 64% from the free throw line as a team. Like, that's not gonna work.
Hit free throws, we won by 30.
Yeah.
I just want to throw in that also something that's been shocking to me is how well, for this to be the first time they've ever played with one another, for how well Vassar and Caleb, just the energy that they have with one another, like the lobs that they throw, and just like, especially when Vassar goes and throws that big on big lob, like, it's just awesome to see their chemistry on the court. And this is their first time, on the same team together, man. Like, you would think that they had like some history or something, but like, they really got good chemistry. That's been shocking.
That does remind me of Zeller and Henson, how they were able to kind of play off
high low.
Like that. Yeah, that high low. Because especially if you're 7 foot and 6'11", like, I mean, there's not a whole lot of teams that have that.
No, hold at the rim.
It's not a video game. Like,
and that's why I said Seth is important. Like, when he comes back, because Caleb and Vassar, they have their chemistry. Maybe Seth can get some chemistry with the guards. Pull them to the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he can build that with them. And build more confidence. Not that they're not confident now, but I'm 100% sure when Seth comes back, everybody's confidence is going to go up.
What do you do with Seth? Do you bring him back before conference play, or do you save him and bring him back for conference play? Do you think he needs a couple of games to kind of get his feet, wet with the rotations they have? Or, because I thought I heard Hubert say last week, I've been dealing with different rotations since the season began, and when Seth comes back, I'm gonna have to deal with it again. So, like, he's constantly trying to figure out the right.
Who do we have next? Who do we play next?
Actually, we play Tuesday. Let me pull it up here. I just had it. Carolina plays Tuesday night, and they will take on East Tennessee State on the ACC Network at 8:00.
Like,
and then they got Ohio State next weekend.
Yeah, so like, to answer that, if he's healthy, I don't know what the status is of it. If he's healthy, I would do like a minute restriction or something against Middle Tennessee State. You get what I'm saying? Just to see where
anything on today, matter of fact.
Yeah, so, like, that's what I'm saying. So if that's when he's planning on coming back, Cool. Minute restriction, da-da-da. And then you got that whole week to get ready for Saturday against Ohio State.
This is a better question for both of y'all then. When Seth does come back, we assume he's going to be immediately inserted to the starting lineup. He's the senior captain. Who's your starting five, like for that first game when Seth returns, for what you've seen from these 10 games?
I think you go Seth, Luka, Stevenson, Caleb, and Vassar.
PJ?
Caleb, PJ about to bench my boy.
So you just benched Kyan Evans. I didn't realize that. So you benched Kyan. Who are you?
He gonna start Kyan.
Somebody got to come off the bench.
I'm gonna go.
He gonna bench Stevenson and start Evans. Watch, I'm telling you.
No. My boy, Big Shot Bob, my boy.
Dixon.
I'm going Dixon at the 1.
Oh,
I'm going Dixon at the 1.
So you the bench Kyan and Stevenson.
Yeah.
No. I didn't bench Stevenson.
Oh, he ain't got to him yet.
I'm benching Luka.
Oh, ooh.
I'm gonna start Dixon, Trimble, Stevenson, and then Caleb and Vassar.
Wow.
You know what?
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Wow.
Because I was really questionable about the Stevenson at the 3. Because remember, I was saying how we were lacking depth at the big man.
Yeah.
And Stevenson could be, a sub for Caleb and Henry.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at it like, and don't get me wrong, I love Luka to death. He's just not consistent. Like you can't shoot bad against Michigan State and then shoot bad against Kentucky and then come shoot 4 for 5 against South Carolina Upstate. Like I get it, you're supposed to, but I just need him
on the big games.
Exactly, we need him on the big games, but there's no question that Dixon, Trimble, those two are not going to play their hardest, and they're not going to do the right thing. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying Kyan's not, but I'm saying in big games, I don't think
that's who you trust.
That's just who I would trust.
I don't think Hubert's going to bench Luka. Like just looking at, I think he's had big plans for Luka ever since they landed him. He played 32 minutes today. That's the most out of anybody except for Caleb Wilson. Henry Vassar.
I can't see him benching Luka either.
I understand where PJ's
I understand PJ's logic 100%. I agree with PJ.
Yeah.
Or first person off the bench, come get Stevenson so he can get Caleb or Henry Vassar.
Yeah, I like that.
Don't bench like he's 6 man or Kyan's 6 man. One of them the 6 man, but come off the bench and get Stevenson.
If Luka don't start, he's definitely 6 man. Ain't no way about it. There's no
way because you need.
I think it was supposed to be Seth and Luka to begin with. To be honest,
because what you don't want to happen is you bring one of those off the bench and Caleb gets in foul trouble. Now you don't have anyone to put in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And today actually amplified that because, again, like I was saying, Vassar, look, he twisted his ankle or something right there towards the end. And in that situation, if Stevenson's on the bench and there's 3 guards on the court, you can bring Stevenson off the bench and he can play with Caleb. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
As opposed to him being on the court and now you got to bring in another big.
No, you don't. You can just move Caleb and Stevenson to the top, and you just bring in another guard. You still go your 3 guard set, or you bring in Jonathan Powell. They in the chat talking right now. We definitely got to consider JP after the way he played today. Bro went crazy. What position JP? He the 3 or the 4? He a 3?
He like a 2-3. He's like a 2-3.
Yeah. I mean, I like Powell. Like he's coming.
I was skeptical. I was upset. One time he came down, I felt like Vassar was right there wide open in the paint, and he missed Vassar and passed the ball and tried to get another shot. He missed that 3, came down, got a 3 shot in his face, then came back down and missed another shot. And I was like, man, what are you doing? HD, get him off the floor, man. And then he went for 17. So that's why I don't coach. That's why I just scream from television because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just out here screaming like anybody else when they mess it up.
Well, if that's the case, who are you gonna bench?
See, that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. See, the problem is they don't have a third big man. It's supposed to be Jaren Stevenson, but he's not. So it's you look at Xavier High, who we've had discussions about ever since the show began, and James Brown, yeah. And that's it. Like there are no other big men. Like that's it. And I think that's almost.
And that's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying if Seth comes back, I just feel like that rotation with Stevenson either coming off the bench as a 6-man, or you still start him, but the 6-man off the bench. If Stevenson's not playing well or producing like he should be the first one off. So when Caleb or Henry gets tired, he can go in for one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, right. So if he goes in for, like, say Caleb gets 2 fouls, now you could put Stevenson in, and then Henry can play a little longer for about a 6-7 minute stretch. Then you can put Caleb back in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just how I'm looking at it. But
I told y'all, man, like from the very first episode of Bleav in Heels Hoops, this is going to be one of HD's most difficult decisions of coaching ever. Like, what lineups to play where, who to keep on the floor, who's hot. Like today, Jonathan Powell had to keep him out there, had to let him get his minutes. You dig what I'm saying? Dixon didn't score till it was like, what, 4 or 5 minutes left in the game till he scored his first 3 points. You dig what I'm saying? Like, but HD, this is going to be difficult. We went from Iron 5, where I'm not subbing a soul. Like, I'm not putting none of y'all in the game, to y'all talking about going 9 deep.
But I think they get it, though.
It's jarring.
I think they get it, though. I don't think it. Well, I don't know. I'm not on the team, but I don't really believe there's like an ego issue.
Yeah. I don't think so either. Yeah,
like I don't think there's an ego issue because
what the pecking order is.
Because I feel like everybody knows what everybody on the team is capable of. So if JP get hot, it's not random. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like they know, oh yeah, he's gonna stay a little longer because he's hitting shots today. Like that's just how it should be. That's how our Dub coached. If you was hitting, you're gonna stay in the game until he feels like you're tired.
Jaden Young got in and hit him a big shot today, man. Like I needed that for his confidence, man. Like,
he had to see it go in.
He had to see it. He had to see it.
That's
man.
all he had to see. It's one important thing as a shooter, man. You could not make a shot in the first 6 games, but the moment you hit that first shot, that could open up the door for a lot.
So I need that for Jay Young, man. He's a
Trust me. I went through that bad stretch my freshman year. It was horrible, bro. I shot like 28% from the 3 in ACC my freshman year. I started off the season, I was above 40%. I was playing a lot and everything. My shot stopped falling, so that's when I had a long talk with RW. He told me, look, you just gonna have to play some defense. And that's when I started taking charges and doing all of that and everything else. And that's when I started getting playing time again, because I was so worried about my shot not falling that I didn't care about nothing else. Because that's all I've ever known how to do was shoot.
You just remind me of a part of The Last Dance. It's the episode that focuses on Steve Kerr. Like it's like 8 or 9, like towards the back end of it, and he's talking about how he was a role player on those Bulls teams, and it got to a point where like if his shot wasn't falling, he had like a mental count in his head of how many shots he was going to probably get in the game. He was like, okay, I'm going to get 3. I'm going to get 4. Then I got to make them count. So he's putting extra pressure on himself to try to hit him, knowing he was only going to get 3 or 4 shots a game. And that made it worse. And he was like, I had to kind of like get out of that mentality. And then he, especially 97, he hit the game winner or whatever from the Bulls to win the championship that year. But you reminded me of that when you said that mentality of how do shooters get out of slumps. You got to almost shoot stuff out of it pretty much. That's really the way you can do it. So shout out to Powell, shout out to the bench, man. Trayvon Jackson 8359 says Keon at the 1, Seth at 2, Stevenson at 3, Caleb at 4, Henry at 5. First up is Luka at 3, and Stevenson moved to 5.
Yep. See, that's
Stevenson can play to 5.
See, but I would switch Kyan and put Dixon there.
I think I put Dixon there too. Dixon, I've seen enough, to be honest. Like,
yeah, I mean, like you said last episode, like he's the guy. Like he committed to North Carolina.
Yeah,
out of high school. Like he's going to be the guy. Like when Kyan leaves, he's gonna
get the keys to the castle. So it's like, and it's not unusual for us to start a freshman point guard. You know what I mean? Like that's not something that we don't do. Like matter of fact, we've done it since Phil Ford, pretty much. I was looking up some Phil Ford stuff today, and I'm like, oh, Phil Ford was the first freshman that Dean Smith started. His first game was Phil Ford, and I was wrong. He didn't go to 4 Final Fours. He did go to 1, but he was ACC Player of the Year. He was All-American like twice and all this other stuff. I say all this because Phil Ford's going to be our 70s point guard. We're not even going to bother because I was born in 78 and I'm the oldest one on this panel. So like nobody here knows or remembers anything from the 70s. So Phil Ford is going to be our 70s guy. But the guy that we got to pick on this one, it's going to be pretty interesting. We've been doing our point guard series for UNC, and we're on our last stop. We decided to stop it at 70 because that gives us a hard, 50 years or whatever of Carolina hoops. That's more than enough right there. And our last week, or the last episode we had, we ended up picking, was it Felton or Lawson? No. I'm sorry. It was Ed Cota.
No, we did Ed Cota. Yeah,
Joe Barry, Ty Lawson, and Ed Cota are the three that we have on here right now from those 3 decades. This decade is from 1984 to 1995, and the guys that we'll have to choose from here, there's 5 of them. Kenny the Jet Smith, who many of y'all probably know from inside the NBA and not from his playing career.
His knees do like this when he walks.
Wait, what? Hold on.
They rub.
His knees do like that when he walks.
It's a lot of friction.
His suit pants be riding up in the crotch.
What's the opposite of bow-legged? Like that's not bow-legged.
Was it knock knee? Knock knee. Yeah.
So he was
they banged it.
87. Steve, they got Steve Hale listed here, but he wasn't a point guard. I think he spelled Kenny for a bit. Jeff Lebo was actually the guy in the
Lebo.
So
okay, Lebo. Yeah.
Lebo, 85 to 88. King Rice, 87 to 91, and Derek Phelps, 1990 to 1994. Now, before I turn over to these guys, Kenny Smith was the truth. I'm just gonna say that at the beginning. He was right around the time where I got old enough to actually understand what I was watching. So like 83, 84, 85, I'm 5, 6, 7 years old. So those Carolina teams are the first ones I kind of attached to. And I've told this story before. I could have easily been a Duke fan because the first game I really truly remember rooting and watching was the 86 national championship, Duke and Louisville. I didn't have a team yet, and I'd been following that Duke team pretty much all year, but I'm 8, in 86 or whatever. So Duke losing that game, and then the next year was the 87 ACC final between Carolina and Duke that was basically a hockey match. What's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue, but felt like he had like 3 concussions in that game. Like he hit his head on the floor, hit him in the face. He had like a bloody nose. Scott Williams got beat up in that game by Duke. It was Danny Ferry and those guys. But Kenny Smith was the beginning of what I knew of as point guard U, basically. Jeff Lebo was in the backcourt with him, and Jeff Lebo had a shot. King Rice is the dude, though, when I really, really became a Carolina fan, 87 to 91, in that timeline I'm talking about. King Rice was the point guard then. It was King Rice, Rick Fox, J.R. Smith, not J.R. Smith, J.R. Reed.
Sam Perkins? Or no?
Nah, Perkins was early 80s.
Oh, okay.
So Perkins was gone. Perkins
was gone when Kenny got there.
I think was he already gone? Kenny was.
Did he play on that? He played on the 82. He played on the 82 team. That one.
Nah, he was freshman 83. He played with Jordan's sophomore and junior.
Oh, okay. So he did. Okay, I thought he won one. Oh, okay.
Nah, he just missed that one. And that's one where actually Kenny Smith was the point guard of 84 Carolina. He was their starting point. He broke his wrist like Kendall. And they didn't win because they were number 1 pole to pole. Like literally, it was Jordan's junior year. Like he won National Player of the Year, first team All-American, like everything. Jordan was winning everything. And at that point, he was Michael Jordan at that point. And Kenny was the point guard. And
was the Mike.
He was the fastest dude on the floor. Like literally, like the fastest on the floor. Broke his hand. I think it was against Creighton. He broke his hand, wrist.
It was the same thing as Kendall.
That is crazy.
It was the exact same thing as Kendall Marshall, dog.
That is crazy.
Because don't you always wonder why didn't Michael Jordan win more than one national championship? Like, why didn't he come back after that Georgetown shot and win one? Because he was supposed to. And Kenny broke his freaking wrist, man.
And I was right when that was still 84. It was still where I think only it was only like 48 teams or whatever got into the tournament. They had just slowly expanded out. I didn't go to 64 till after 85. So they got in. Well, they did get in, but they lost. I think they lost to Dominique Wilkins in Georgia in the tournament. So and then Jordan left. But that's Kenny. Now the other guy, like I said, King Rice, I have a special place in my heart for him. He did lead them to the Final Four in 91. That was when it was Dean Smith versus Roy Williams, Carolina, Kansas, 91 Final Four. And the other side of that was Duke and UNLV. Like that was that Final Four. Like we could have got.
Didn't UNLV win that year?
Yes.
And that was O'Bannon's?
That was Larry Johnson, right? Larry Johnson?
Yep, Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogman, them boys.
I'm thinking UCLA.
They had a squad. They had a squad.
All time, that UNLV team, like that.
Yeah, they had a squad.
I take that back. I'm sorry, they did not win. Duke won. That was the next year.
So
UNLV won in 1990.
The year before, right?
Year before they won that. And to this day, I love to tell Duke fans this: Duke, y'all still hold the record for the biggest loss in the national championship game in history. They lost by 30 to UNLV, and I remember watching that game like
breaks off of them.
Avalanche. Like I ain't never seen nothing like that second half. Bobby Hurley, like he was about to cry, like the entire second half.
Coach K was probably red.
He was just sitting there. There was nothing they could do. They would I remember a picture of him and all of his assistant coaches sitting on the bench, just like when's this game?
Like the farewell tour.
yeah, kind of
just like the farewell tour.
Then they came back and won back-to-backs.
Then they came back and won in 91 and 92. So that was the Final Four. It was Duke, UNLV on one side of the Final Four, and Carolina and Kansas on the other side of the Final Four. And that was the game. Actually, Dean got ejected early in that game. He got ejected from that game, and I can't remember who took over for him. I think Gut took over for him, and Roy Williams and them won. And then, of course, Duke played Kansas on Monday night for national championship, and they won. So that was the first of the Leitner Hurley national championship because they had Grant Hill. Basically, Grant Hill was a freshman in '91. That was the difference. But that King Rice was the point guard of that '91 Final Four team. Then you have Derek Phelps. Derek Phelps was, 4-year starter. Came in not starter. He was behind King Rice first 2 years, and then he started his junior and senior year. Took him to the '93 national championship team. That's the team that beat the Fab Five in Michigan. Timeout and all that
that's
stuff.
when I became a fan. That Derek Phelps team.
There. So those are the weird choices. Phelps is the only one out of all those I mentioned that actually won a national championship. But I mean, you got some.
Kenny would have won one.
Yeah.
King Rice lost in the Final Four. Like they all dogs, man. Like that's really a tougher.
It's really Kenny, King Rice, or Derek Phelps. Sorry, Steve Hill and Jeff Lebo, but
damn, Lebo
was there with Kenny. Like, I mean, I can't.
Yeah, facts.
First team All ACC for Kenny Smith. First team All American in his senior year. Top 10 draft pick. Kenny Smith.
I'm about to say you gotta go, Kenny.
Kenny was in the NBA dunk contest, like his rookie year. So I mean, now Phelps like the first name I think of when I think of that '93 title team. Like I think of George Lynch.
Yes, that's the first name that comes to mind.
Montross.
Who's the shooter?
Donald Williams.
Donald Williams.
When did Shaman come in? 94?
Same year? Was he on that team? Was Shaman on that team too? In 94?
I thought Shaman played with Vince and Antoine Jameson. I may be wrong though.
You might be right actually.
I thought he did.
Let's see. Hold on. 92.
So he played with Ed Cota?
That's what I feel like he played somewhere in the 90s. I just can't remember when.
No,
let me see here.
You definitely know that for sure.
He was with Ed Cota. Okay, so he was on. Okay,
yeah. So Shaman was after. Donald Williams was a sophomore in '93.
Donald Williams was a bucket.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
Donald Williams was a bucket.
That team had Brian Reese on it.
Did they have Dante Calabria? That team have Dante Calabria on it?
It did. Freshman Dante Calabria.
Calabria too. He was tough.
Larry Davis was on that squad. Pierce Landry.
Pierce Landry.
Henrik Rodel, senior forward.
I've never heard that name before in my life.
He was like German or something. He was like 6'8". Kevin Salvadori, 7 foot junior. He played.
Okay.
Pat Sullivan. Pat Sullivan hit those the free throws at the end to ice it in the Michigan title game. So really, I think it sounds like it's coming down to Kenny Smith or Derek Phelps. And I think we're all leaning one way.
I like King Rice got the best name out of all of them. I just want to say that first of all. King Rice is
King Brown Rice.
That's just a tough name. King Rice.
He's coaching. He was coaching it
he's coaching somewhere. He definitely is coaching somewhere.
He is coaching somewhere.
I don't know if Monmouth? I know he was at Monmouth when I was playing, and we played against Monmouth then. I don't know if he's still there or not.
I think in all of my
yeah, he's at Monmouth still. He's the all-time winningest coach at Monmouth.
Oh wow!
So I'm going to give my pick, and it is only because I'm going to stay in the theme of I think all of the picks that I've had so far, they all have hardware.
King Rice always dominated Bobby Hurley.
He did.
I want to give it to Kenny, but Kenny and them should have won. They didn't win because he got hurt. I got to go with Derek Phelps. Not to mention the 1993 team. That was the team that sort of introduced me to Carolina fandom. Like that was the night I became a fan. Like that April night in 1993 when the Fab Five was losing, calling timeout. Because I was just locked into that game. I've been watching all season. One of my best friends, Q, I just told this story to Kevin Blakeney, who is the head coach for Howard. He played at played at Duke and was on that 92 national championship team. And I was the honorary captain for Howard when they played at Duke recently.
I was going to yell at you, man. You didn't have to go after A&T like that. Like, I saw that video, and you just threw a punch in there at the very end.
I just don't like how comfortable you was in that locker room.
I know, right?
Well, I think that was the visitors' locker room. I was in there like
don't matter. Did you spit on the floor or something?
I put belt to the floor because you won that joint. What you mean? I got pictures of my foot stepping all on the Letterman. I tried to disrespect that joint as much as I could without going to jail. You hear me? But to that point, I'm talking to him, and he asking me, why didn't you become a Duke fan? I was like, why you wasn't watching the year before? And the year before, my best friend, Q, he was watching really, and I just wasn't really locked in like that. And he was, and he became a Duke fan. So the next year, I'm like, all right, I'm about to watch this year. And I became a Carolina fan, and we've been beefing with each other since 1993 about that.
I'm so conflicted to this day on that 93 national championship because I was the Fab Five, they were a continuation of UNLV for me. And I was like freshman year, sophomore year in high school. So like I'm in it at that point. Right. And Michigan, Carolina was my freshman year at Easter Side. So like all of my friends knew I was diehard Carolina, but they also knew I repped Fab Five. Like that was my squad. Like they were CBS every Saturday afternoon. And before them, there was nothing better than watching UNLV on a Saturday on CBS beat the brakes off somebody by 40 points. Like that was literally every week. Like it didn't matter who you were. Number 2 ranked team in the country, fine. Here's your 40-point beatdown. Every Saturday. And then Fab Five was just like must-see TV. And when they played that national championship game and Weber called that timeout, on one hand, I'm excited because I'm like, oh, Dean's going to get another one. Finally, he's going to finally get the justification he deserves as a coach. Because Dean Smith has done so much to this day that affects college basketball. Like the reason why teams huddle at the foul line after a foul shot, that's a Dean Smith thing. You know what I mean? Like we talked about earlier, acknowledging the assist guy. That's a Dean Smith thing. You know,
four corners is a Dean Smith thing.
That's a Dean Smith. There's a
when
shot
people
clock.
pass the ball around at the end of the games, that's Dean Smith.
The shot clock exists because of Dean Smith, basically. Like I mean, he pissed off so many people.
Oh my god,
that would have had me so mad, man. You up 6-3? You just
going into you in single digits going up 1.5. That was
and this is off subject. You know who else used to do that in high school? Daht here in Greensboro.
Oh, I bet it was Freddie.
Oh my god, he did it my freshman year at Dudley. He did that to us. I lie to you not. The score in the fourth quarter was 29-27. They held the ball from the 8-minute mark all the way into like the 1.5 minute mark.
I've seen that happen before in high school because there's no shot clock.
They finally turned the ball over, but this is high school. There's no shot clock, but still, it's just like
I've seen, especially like in girls basketball, I've seen it happen. Like they'll get
ain't got
no talent, they'll get up.
I'd have to foul the hell out of somebody.
That's what they're trying to pull the defense out. But like if the defense ain't trying to do that, they'll just stand there and you'll just sit there and just watch them dribble.
Oh my god, man! They got to change that. Why won't they put a shot clock in high school basketball?
Bro, I don't know. They need it. They need it badly. Like especially here because you get into some of these games where it's just like a team will take 3 minutes off the clock just in one possession, just trying to figure out a 2-3 zone and like can't figure out how to get a shot, and the other team ain't stealing it or anything. It's just they need one bad. They need one bad, Absolutely. But. I know we're up against it, so let's go ahead and do it. So it comes down to Derek Phelps and who's the other one we said?
Hey, big shout to I think it's Trevor Jackson. Been real lit in the chat, man. I just wanted to give him a shout out, man. He been
active.
Man. Yeah, Trevor Jackson. Man. I appreciate that.
And you can tell he's a diehard too. He's a diehard Carolina fan because he knows everything that we talk about.
Hey, somebody else has something too, man. This UNC got to start recruiting development players at the 4-5 position. What y'all think about that? What y'all think about that comment? We ain't skipping no comments.
That's kind of what we do.
What do y'all think about that?
That's kind of what we do, though, right? Like that was the thing I was saying before. I was scared going into the season because I didn't know any of these players.
What's wrong, PJ? Man. Get your face back on this camera.
What's wrong, PJ? That was what I was saying though. Like I'm used to Carolina, like having dudes freshman year. Okay, who's this guy? Sophomore year, he takes the lead. Junior year, oh, okay, he's second team all ACC or whatever. Senior year, like you're like, oh, where'd this Bryce Johnson come from? You know what I mean? Like that. Like I'm used to seeing them grow.
But what's not fair about that comment is like we didn't know what we were gonna get with Vassar. Like he's never had this much responsibility. Now he's out here averaging 16 points, damn near double a game. So like sometimes you take what you think is a project or development, and they become to be a Henry Vassar. So like I don't mind the gamble at that, and then sprinkling in some studs like Jaron Stevenson ain't a project. You know what he's gonna bring. You did
he's been in the tournament doing stuff. Yeah,
Caleb ain't a project.
So this is my thing. You named Bryce. Who else do you think is in that category? Like as far as developing, grew all the way to the
5. I put Armando there.
Absolutely,
from freshman year.
I put Kennedy Meeks there too.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, Kennedy Meeks and Isaiah.
But answer this question right after that: who are their point guards?
Guys that are on this list. Joel
My
Berry,
point. My point.
Ed Cota.
You got to think James Brown, Zayden High. They've had like 3 different point guards. They had Caleb Love, RJ, and Elliot Cadeau.
And those were score first type point guards too.
And that's what I'm saying. You look at Bryce, he had Marcus Page and Joel, I think, for maybe a year.
Yeah, Joel. Because Joel and those guys, they were what?
Kennedy. Yeah, Kennedy had what? Joel.
Yep.
He had Joel and Marcus, right?
Yep.
And then
Isaiah Hicks.
Y'all said Mondo. Now Mondo had two. I'm talking about. I got to put the ball in the basket guards with him.
Mondo
made it. And Mondo made it work.
And Mondo made it work. He had Anthony.
Yeah. He had Cole Anthony,
White,
RJ Davis. Elliot.
He was there. Kobe White, wasn't he? No. Armando wasn't there yet. Kobe was the year before him.
Yeah, Kobe was there before. He came with Cole. Yeah.
Yeah, he came in, but he came in. He came in with Cole Anthony.
And he still made it work. And now he in the league shooting threes. I be wanting to kick him in his pine parts. What was that at?
It feels like Armando was there for so long. He stretches across 2 eras of Carolina basketball. Cole Anthony sounds like so long ago from where we are now. Like that was what 2020.
And it's crazy. Right. Yeah, he did it the right way for sure.
He did it right. He'll be.
And then you got to think to go back to the jumper though, Daht. You know, Ardell won't let him shoot that jumper. and Hubert got there too late. So when he started working on it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
touche.
So here's Trayvon Jackson kicking knowledge. That's a Dean Smith thing. Carolina would develop players that led to I think Joel James, Rick Fox, George Lynch, Marcus Ginyard, and that's facts. Like I'm used to seeing Carolina players. It's really rare to see a Carolina freshman just be like a top 10 in the country. Yeah, like a Caleb Wilson. You know he's not going to be there next year. Usually it's a guy where you're like, I hope he stays so he can continue, like Harrison Barnes. Like I
never say never.
Yeah, we don't
know. Caleb seemed like the type to me that he wants to go play pro, obviously. But if he can get paid the same thing and go win a national championship, why not do it?
You know where I want him to land now.
Because Henry Vassar can come back next year too.
You know where I want him to go.
And Derek Dixon will be year 2.
Can you picture Caleb Wilson?
And Luka got what is this for Luka? What is he?
This is junior year, so he'll have what, 1 more year too?
Luka like 30 years old. He's old.
It don't matter. He still got years of eligibility.
I swear.
Man, so like I'm just sitting there like thinking like, okay, all right. So we're going with Phelps or we're going with, because you said Phelps because of the ring, right?
I went Phelps.
I ain't mad at that.
I gotta go grab my charger.
I was wondering how he was gonna sit there in the dark. He was gonna get a light real quick. We almost done, PJ. We almost done.
It's cool. I ain't want my phone to die on y'all.
There you go. There's the light. Yeah.
Because if it down, y'all, I'm gonna be stuck like this.
It's getting mighty dark over there. What's going on? But yeah, we can't put King in there because I mean we could, but not over Kenny Smith or Derek. Mm-hmm. I'm having a problem putting Derek Phelps in over Kenny Smith, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Because Kenny was a first team All ACC and first team All American his senior year. Phelps won a natty, but was he the first or second or even third option on that team?
Nope.
So I'm really robbed out of the title. Like I've always said 84 and 2012 are the 2 teams in my mind, and now 2016 that should have won a national championship and didn't. But 84 has always been like the number one Carolina team that should have won it all and didn't. You have entering his peak Michael Jordan. Was Sam Perkins still on that team? I think Sam Perkins was on that team. Sam Perkins, Kenny Smith, Brad Daugherty was a freshman center on that team. Like, they were loaded.
No,
like,
the thing, PJ and them team with Kendall, that was the team that, no doubt about it, should have won a natty to me.
See, I look at the difference. If 84,
but hear me though.
Hear me though. 84 would beat 2012.
I didn't know about the history of the 84 when I had that thought process. When I got educated on the 84 and heard like what you just said, like MJ was on the team. Why didn't MJ win back to back? He was with Kenny. He broke his wrist just like Kendall. I was like, oh no. You know how sick Carolina fans were? You know how sick Carolina fans were in 1984, dog?
And for it to be Creighton again?
Bro, they were like number one pole to pole. Like, they were preseason number one, and they pretty much were number one all year. Like, it was going to be a coronation. Like, everybody knew. Like, Jordan had arrived. The only player that was out there that was getting more attention than Jordan in terms of like how good he was at the time was Len Bias.
Oh, facts.
Because Len Bias was Jordan, but 3 inches taller. Like, Len Bias was 9. Like,
that's what they say. They say he could do everything MJ could do. He was just 6'9",
and he had a prettier jump shot than MJ. Like, imagine that.
I remember watching the highlights from that game. They played at Carolina. He had that breakaway and did that reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Len Bias was going to the Celtics. The Celtics had just won in '86 when they drafted Bias. That was the best Celtic team of all time.
Imagine adding Len Bias to a team with Larry Bird, Dennis Johnson, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale
in his prime.
Oh my God!
6 Hall of Famers on that squad, and you go put Len Bias. So imagine putting Jordan on the '86 Celtics. That's pretty much what would happen. But yeah, that's why Jordan didn't get a ring in '84 because they lost their floor general. They lost Kenny Smith. So I kind of have a soft spot for that team. So I'm kind of wanting to push Kenny into this group here, even though, well, no, we put Ed Cota in here. He don't have a ring. We have him from '96 to.
And I picked Ed, and Ed didn't have no ring.
Yeah, Ed don't have no ring. I want to go Kenny. Now,
I already told you why I was going Kenny, but
I was like 2 out of 3.
Okay.
2 out of 3 for Kenny. It's definitely Kenny.
So we got Joel Berry from 2015 to 2024. You got Did we miss a decade?
No, I thought it was Joel, and then Ty Lawson.
He was from that's from 2014.
Because it was between Ty and Ray Phil.
Yeah. That was 2014 to 2005. Yeah. That was Ty Lawson. Ed Cota, 1996 to 2004. And now we got Kenny Smith, 84 to 95. And Phil Ford. It's going to round that out. And that was the next decade. So that's...
Man, Raymond Felton be so mad at us.
Why you think that?
I picked Ray. Y'all picked Ty.
Had to.
Why didn't we pick Ty?
I'm mad at y'all.
He's mad at the group list. The group list does not have a name.
Yeah, somebody tagged me
for sure.
Joel Berry, Ty Lawson, Ed Cota, Kenny Smith, Phil Ford. Those are our 5 that we came away with this. Yeah, there's some dudes that left out. There's some dudes that got left out. But I mean, that kind of goes with what we were saying. Carolina's point guard, like if we have a point guard and we got a big man or hopefully 3.
Read them names again, man, because I want folks to let us know who they disagree with. Because that's
Joel. So our 5 best point guards of the past 50 years, basically, Carolina: Joel Berry, Ty Lawson, Ed Cota, Kenny Smith, Phil Ford.
Now, who's gonna argue with that?
I have a question though. Are we going to do? Are we doing just point guards? Are we going point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power
just point
forward?
Guards? Just point guards. Like we'll do those, but we'll separate them out. We'll separate those out.
Okay.
Shooting guard. I'm like, do we need to do shooting guard? That's gonna be Mike, right? Like who's going
in his era?
Yeah, in his era. Yeah. That's gonna be like the forward. He's gonna get the bottom.
I was about to say because I already know mine from. Well, I'm taking myself. I'm not gonna pick myself, but
shooting me, I'd pick myself. If I was ever in one of them categories, let me play shooting guard for Carolina.
But it's different because I played the 2 through the 5. I played everything.
Well, so I'm gonna nominate myself for one of them positions.
But the year I went off, I was playing the 4. So
now you up against John Henson and them boys.
You see what I'm saying?
Wallace and them guys, yeah.
But like, no, my all-time favorite 2 guard, other than Jordan, obviously, mine would be Wayne Ellington. That's my favorite. Like, he's one of the main reasons why I became a Carolina fan too. Just watching him shoot the ball.
Shot. Yeah, he had a
and
shot.
It's crazy because
I wasn't a fan of Silky Wayne for some reason. I don't know why. Like, and people used to always tell me I was crazy, but like I just didn't have the most confidence in Silky Wayne.
Man, I'll tell you the game that I did become a fan and really start watching him before I became a Carolina fan. That game-winning shot he hit against Clemson in Clemson. It was like 0.4 seconds left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite moments. When I seen him, I'm like, yo, like he is good. Like,
shout out to Big Stacks 3381. I said they lost to Georgia in '84. They actually lost to Indiana. Steve Alford in Indiana. So yeah, but somebody let Ray Felton know. Maybe we can get Ray on here and he can discuss this with us because I'm sure he's going to be heated about.
So we can explain why he's not on the list.
Yeah, we can try to explain. Calm down, Ray. Calm down. Why you?
Ray, listen. It ain't nothing personal, Ray. You was up against Ty Lawson.
Barry Lawson, Coda Smith, Ford, and then on Wednesday when we come back, we'll try to crown the starting point guard, like the all-time starting point guard.
Oh my God!
That's 5. So that's a debate right there. So make sure you tune in for that. Yeah, make sure you come back for that Wednesday at 11 a.m. Bleav in Hills Hoops. Right now, I'm trying to condense words while it's live. It's on the YouTube channel for Tobacco Road Sports Radio, and it's on Twitter right now and Facebook. So I didn't want to start putting it all over the place. The main place to go is the YouTube channel. The audio is on the Bleav Podcast Network, Stitcher, iTunes, Luminary, Spotify. You can get that there whenever. This will pop up in those feeds here in a little bit. We'll be back on Wednesday. Carolina has a game Tuesday. Who did I say they're playing? They're playing
Middle Tennessee.
East
Middle Tennessee, or is it Middleton?
Middle Tennessee.
I think it's Tennessee State. I think it's East.
Wait, is that where Nolan Smith coaches now? Or is that Tennessee State? I know Nolan Smith coaches at one of those schools. I don't know if it's Tennessee
Nolan
State.
Smith from Duke.
Yeah, he's the head coach at one of those schools in Tennessee. I can't remember. I think it's Tennessee State.
Let's see. Brooks Savage is the head coach of East Tennessee State. He is some dude. He looks like he is all of 30 years old. I'm just looking at this picture like, my man, like he about 30, 31. He just got his first job. But he got a nice Brooks Savage. That's his name, Brooks Savage. So yeah, I don't know where Nolan is. But yeah, we'll get out of here. We'll cut it right there. We'll be back Wednesday, 11 a.m. Live. So definitely participate. Help us, Hills fans. Help us figure this out because we can't do this by ourselves. The point guard thing, because we need some serious discussion on this in terms of who do we pick out of all this? Because I think Phil would be the number one guy for the older folk. But as you get younger, it's going to be like, I didn't see Phil play. So
never saw Phil dribble basketball. Just him smiling and cheering like me.
I've met him once. Me and Kyle Schatzberger went to a barnstorming thing that the ACC was doing, or Carolina players were doing one summer back in like 2018. And Phil Ford was there. And we sat down and interviewed him for the radio. And that's the only time I've ever met him. But really nice guy. Considered royalty at Carolina. So we'll get into that and we'll chop up their game against East Tennessee State and we'll get you prepared for North Carolina versus Ohio State, which will be next week. I think it's Saturday or Sunday next week. So we'll get you ready for all that too. Your Tar Heels looking good. 9-1, 10 games into the season. So let's keep it rolling, y'all. We'll see y'all next week here on Bleav in Hills Hoops. For Daht, for PJ Hairston, this is Desmond Johnson. You've been listening and watching Bleav in Hills Hoops here on the Bleav Podcast Network. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.
We believe the truth. This is Tar Heel Nation, Carolina through and through. Hoops, yeah, we talk that blue. We believe in Hills Hoops. How about you? PJ with that jumper, still the truth. Daht, he the 6 man coming through. Desmond been the voice, and that's the root.